up, everybody? It's your boy J.O. back with another episode of The Adjustments. You already know what I'm here to talk about. It's the Jaguars versus the Saints, preseason week 2. And we're going to just go ahead and touch it right now. Very disappointing from the offense, I feel. You still want to see the first team out there and go and get some points. They got a field goal, but I don't want to make any excuses, but we did play the Saints, and the Saints does have a top defense in the league, great defensive line. You would say that their secondary is the weakest part of their defense, but they still played good against us. I just don't get what people are saying about the offensive line. They keep telling you that our offensive line is hurt right now. They haven't been together playing in the game yet. All 5 they haven't. So against the Saints, Cam Robinson was out. Andrew Norwell was out. Brandon Linder was out. So we have backups in there, and I feel like they still are doing a decent job. They're not playing. They're not playing the best. You want them to play better. You want you don't want Trevor to get hit as much as he is, but I credit that to the Saints being such a great defense. Playing that type of competition is just only gonna make us better. This is preseason, man. This is a stage where you get better. I don't understand what people want from us right now. We were a 1-15 football team, man, and it's gonna take time. We gotta take it week by week. You gotta trust that they're gonna get better each and every time that they step on the field. And I think they're doing certain things better. Trevor looks good. I don't understand criticism about what he's doing out there. He's not making mistakes, not making too many mistakes. Not saying he's playing perfect, but he's not making too many rookie mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Decision making is on point, on par. A couple missed throws, but a couple times he's holding the ball. But that's what you expect from a rookie. He's only gonna get better. You see the arm talent. You see when he's rolling out to the left and hitting guys going across the middle or throwing crosses, just tough throws. You know what I'm saying? And you see the intangibles that he possesses. Yes, the offensive line could be better, but I can't evaluate the offensive line when the starting 5 isn't together right now. They haven't been together this whole preseason. They've probably been practicing together, but I know Norwell has been out the last couple weeks, practicing on the side and at practice in Jacksonville. Linder just went out last week, so he didn't play this week. Cam Robinson, he's a little banged up, so he didn't play this week, like I said. But it's good for guys like Walker Little to get their chances to go against elite talent like the Saints showed on their defensive line. Ben Bart is getting a lot of work at left guard. So these are our backups that are getting valuable snaps, and you just got to take into account of what is going on and just take everything that's all the problems that you think are happening. You know what I'm saying? You just got to take that and believe that they're going to correct it, because this is an NFL team. They watch film, they correct mistakes. So they're going to practice on the things that they're not good at. You just got to identify those things. And one thing that I feel like needs to happen, which is probably in the game plan, definitely in the game plan, because Urban Meyer talked about it in his after game press conference, that they need to run the ball more. So we've seen them just basically have Trevor out there slinging the ball. He's out there throwing the ball a lot and without establishing the run. And when you establish the run, it opens up the pass game. Because we have a great running back in James Robinson. Um, we just got some news about Travis Etienne that he's going to be out for the whole season. They put him on IR because of a Liz Frank injury, foot sprain, or he hurt a ligament in his foot, so he's going to be out, which is tough, you know. But football happen. I mean, injuries happen, man. That's football. We all know. It's tough that we only got to see him for about 16 snaps, but we just got to expect him to be better and healthy come next year. It's tough. It's our second first round pick. You know, he was going to be definitely a playmaker. You really wanted to see him in action a little bit more during preseason, but I mean, best of luck to ETN, man. We know he's going to be a baller when he get back on the field. So, but back to James Robinson, you know, we haven't utilized the run game really. I feel like I said, the run game is going to open up a lot of things. It's going to make Trevor even more comfortable. You know, it's going to get guys open, have those linebackers step up, you know, have guys step up on the defense when that run game is a threat. And our offensive line is built for the run game, you know. I still don't really think that the pass protection is horrible. I know I'm not saying it's good, but it's not horrible. You know, it's like, do you expect Trevor to have 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds every single time he snaps the ball or drops back to pass? You can't expect that. I just feel like expectations right now are super sky high, man. Super sky high. And I understand we've been a bad team for a while. We've only had a couple winning seasons in franchise history, so I understand it. But it's just expectations, man. Expectations, just lower them. Just lower them and just expect that these guys are going to get better as weeks go on, man. It's still preseason. It's still preseason. And the offense, they added a little bit more things to the offense, but you can tell that it's still a lot more that they have to unbook. You know, it's very basic, very vanilla, but you have to, like, you kept hearing the announcers say and you hear the coaches say you got to find their identity, you know, and I feel like the identity is run first. You know, we have a top 100 running back, and James Robinson is going to get his touches. So come week 1 against the Houston Texans, I don't expect nothing less than 20 touches for James Robinson. That's just going to open up a lot of things, man. Receivers, I think we're having a tough time getting separation, but you know, you can say that it's a lot of basic route combinations, and you can and basically the only person that I really see getting open by itself is Marvin Jones, not being schemed open. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about one-on-one routes, man to man. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody, you know, a play action fake and somebody running across the field, you know, being open. It's just, I'm talking about beating your man across when you know it is man to man and this guy has you. Can you beat him? You know, and I feel like the only person that can do that right now at this time is Marvin Jones consistently. You know, you see Chenault catching some balls, you know, but I feel like he's getting schemed open. You know, a lot of players that are scheming him open. But you would like to see him get a little bit more fluid in the route running, you know, a little bit more separation in his routes. He's a hell of a playmaker, man, when he gets the ball in his hands. He's a tough guy to tackle. So I feel like that's what they do. They throw him bubble screens, you know. They throw him a lot of drags and things like that, just to get the ball in his hands quickly so he can go make plays in the open field. But right now, like I said, I think Marvin Jones is really the only person, you know, that can consistently get open in man-to-man coverage. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot of, because I feel feel like teams don't think we can get open. But DJ Chark is still out, so I think he can. Hopefully, he has improved from last year, because I feel like that was a down year from the previous year that he had in, I believe, 2019. So he had a pretty good year in 2019, and Urban has been working on him adamantly, telling him that you need to play bigger. But the finger injury right now, that's tough. You will want him out there, but I think he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be out there week 1, and that's gonna just bring another aspect to our game. I think one thing that we lacking is a pass catching tight end. I wish we had a real prolific tight end that can catch passes, get open. You see our tight ends in pass protection a lot, and you can say that's on the offensive line, but it's really the most pressure that I've seen was when the tight ends were in pass protection, and they were going up against defensive ends, and they were getting manhandled, man. So if you can just rewatch the game, and actually watch and see, not just look for the outcome, but just choose what you think, is the problem of the Jaguars, and look at that position. Like, if you think it's the offensive line, look at the offensive line every play. If you think it's the receivers, look at the receivers every play. If you think it's, the DBs, look at the DBs every play, every time you can. But just take account of everything. Take account of who we're playing. Take account of the people that are not playing on our team, like starters. Take account of like just execution. It's some things are execution, like, and I see the game differently. I feel like in certain runs, I feel like the protection, like when the center is usually the guy that IDs the Mike. So when you ID a Mike, that's the point of attack for the defense. So it's mainly a linebacker or something like that. So the center identifies that one person, and that gives the offensive line, basically how they're going to block the way the defense is set up. So I feel like it's a certain amount of miscommunications when it comes to that, and that comes with our starting center not being there. Brandon Linder, I feel he's a vet. He's been in the league for a long time, one of the top centers in the league, so he doesn't miss too many ID to mics or pass protection calls. So you got to take into account of that type of things. I look at the game of football differently. I played at a level, where I learned some things from coaches, and I learned football in a different way when I got to college, So it's just certain things on offense, man. You want to see them get better. You want to see them drive the field. You want to see them score points, but you got to take into account that this is a young team. They're still filling each other out. We got a new quarterback. We got a new offensive coordinator. We got a head coach. The offenses are trying to mesh, So everything's trying to fill it out, I'm not making excuses. You want things to be better, but we just gotta have a process. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a process. You gotta take it. It's a process, man. It's a process, and it's only preseason. So this is the time to get better, man. But on the defensive side, I feel like we did all right. I feel like we're playing good football on the defensive side. We're stopping the run. I think we're going to be a top run defense. We're definitely stopping the run. But against the Saints, I feel like they were controlling the line in the pass game. When it comes on the defensive side, we didn't get too much of a push like we did last week. And but that's just, the Saints are a playoff team, man. They are a playoff team. And when it comes to the touchdowns that they score early in the game, through by Jameis Winston and caught by Marquez Callaway, those are perfect passes. You can't put them any better. And you can't make a better catch than what Marquez Callaway did, man. It's just certain events. You got to tip your cap to the players. You got to tip your cap to Jameis. You got to tip your cap to Marquez Callaway, man. He made incredible catches, for the first touchdown that he made. Jameis, if you look at the play, if you go back and look at that play, the safety bit down on that crosser, which gave the indicator to Jameis that I can throw it over the top. So, he threw it over the top. Shaq Griffin was trailing that guy, who he was trailing Callaway because that was his man. And then Tyson Campbell, since his guy went on the crosser, he just bailed back to help, Shaq Griffin, which I believe that's what he was supposed to do. But it's just he had to get his head around, man. I don't want to criticize Tyson Campbell, man, but his ball skills aren't up to par. We seen him 2 weeks in a row give up touchdowns because he didn't get his head around and look for the ball and see the ball. Basically, he on this touchdown he basically just ran into Shaq and tried to shield off Marquez Callaway, and he got a PI for it, pass interference for it. So it was good coverage, on that first touchdown. It was good coverage. And it was just a hell of a catch and a hell of a throw. And you can't all you got to do, like I said, you got to tip your cap to it, man. But on the second touchdown, man, it was just a great throw. It was a cover zero blitz, 1-on-1 on the outsides, 1-on-1 everywhere, and hey, Jameis threw the ball right to the front pylon perfectly. He threw Marquez Callaway open. And then Marquez Callaway, he made a one-handed catch. What can you do? What can you do? Shaq Griffin, yeah, you could have said he could have been in a better position, but he was in good coverage. Still, man, I just don't understand. I understand in the moment you're gonna be mad, but when you look at it again, and you see, okay, dang, this ball was placed perfectly. Okay, dang, he just one-handed this catch. There are these athletes in the NFL, man. They're the top notch, the best athletes in the world. They're gonna make incredible catches, man. They're gonna make plays that you think aren't supposed to be made, and they're gonna make them look easy. So, and that's what happened, man. So you just gotta tip your cap to Jameis Winston. We probably got him to start. Well, now ain't no probably. I already thought that Jameis was gonna be, the starter. I didn't think it was no way, Taysom Hill was gonna be the starter. Because Jameis, man, he's never been a scrub. He just had a turnover problem, man. That's all. You just don't throw for 5,000 yards in the league, man. And you a scrub. He had to sit down. He had to learn this lesson. You can't turn the ball over in the NFL. So, and he went to the perfect situation for Sean Payton, one of the greatest minds ever to coach in the NFL, and he's gonna sit him down. And he's gonna teach him the right way, and he's not gonna throw those turnovers. He's not gonna throw that many interceptions ever again. And he's in the perfect situation with Sean Payton. So I expect a big year from Jameis Winston, and a big year from the Saints, man. So he was out in 2 drives. Jameis was out in 2 drives because he looked so great. 9 for 10, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. You can't ask for nothing better, man. But like I said, I like what defense is showing. They're stopping the run. Corners, I feel like they have to get more physical with those big guys. I think they're gonna have a problem with the big physical receivers because that's what the Saints had. They were downfield slipping, which a downfield slip is when you basically a kind of like a swim move, and you kind of throw the cornerback away. You throw them out the way and you come back underneath, basically getting leverage so you can be able to catch the ball. So it's just, that the physical aspect from our corners, I feel like they need to be better. They're going to be playing a lot of man, so guys got to win their matchups, and they gotta understand leverage. They got to understand what the team wants to do, because I feel like the Saints just completed a whole bunch of slants on us, and they were playing kind of soft. But you gotta, I think they were really playing soft just because of what they seen the previous plays, like 2 touchdowns of Marquez Callaway. So I understand it, but But I feel like we got to be more physical at the line of scrimmage if we want to play man as much as we want to. And I really, I'm really not panicking, man. I really think I think we're gonna be okay, man. I'm not saying we're gonna be the best team in the league. I'm not saying we're gonna, win this amount of games. Win that. I know I said in the previous podcast. I think we'll win 7. 7 games, something like that. Which is it'll be a great step from 1-15. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're gonna compete. I think we're gonna compete. I just need everybody whoever watches this, you know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to just take account of everything. Just take account of everything. Actually watch the game. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Don't just point at something and just blame this. Oh, the offensive line is doing bad. Oh, the DBs suck. Oh, why? Like, why do you say that? You can't just say this and not have any proof behind it, or not know what just happened, that caused this big play, that caused all this, because the defense got they got off the field in third downs. You know what I'm saying? They stopped the run. Are we getting better from the previous year? We're seeing improvements in the run defense. We're seeing, like, the first preseason game, the DBs was playing tight coverage on all the receivers, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be games where, they play outstanding coverage, and it's going to be games where the receivers might be better that day, you know what I'm saying? Or the quarterback just is on point and not missing a pass, throwing it to the only spot that the receiver can make a catch, you know what I'm saying? It's just, these are pros, these are professional athletes, the top in the world, man. Playing the most physical game in the world. The Warriors, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of things in football, you know what I'm saying, that you got to take account for. Everything, man. Because if a quarterback is rolling out or he gets hit or something like that, it's a lot of things that you just got to take account for. That's all I have to really say, man. You just got to look at the game in depth. Look at the game all the way through. Look at every single detail, because football is a game of details. It's a game of inches. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens because something else happened. You know what I'm saying? A big run happens because somebody didn't do their job. Big plays happen because somebody did not do their job. So try to identify who did not do their job. You know what I'm saying? So, just a lot of improvement that needs to go on between these weeks. You know what I'm saying? And all the way through the preseason and all the way through the regular season. You're going to see a different team, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see the offense open up, I believe. I'm just trying to stay positive, even though, we haven't seen what we thought or what the offense is capable of, But you got to take into account that the offense, we have starters out. We don't have all our playmakers. And then you gotta say that everything is basic. Something that I noticed, man. Everything is scripted. You come out with a script as an offense. From my experience in college, you come out with a script. You have about 10, 15 plays, that's scripted. You know what I'm saying? And you want to stay on that script, but when you get in certain positions, so you have a play for 2nd and 6, you have a play for 3rd and 4, but when it's a 2nd and 11, you got to get off the script. So that takes you off your game plan. So you got to go and basically being a wild card, throw that's basically throwing a curveball into what you planned on doing, your game plan. So you got to take into account everything. You got to take into account false starts. You always want to move the chains. You always want to get yards every single play. But it's hard to call a play for 2nd and 15. It's hard to call a play for 2nd and 13, third and 11. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many plays, you know, for that. You know, you try to make each play. You try to get at least 3 yards to play. You know what I'm saying? That puts you on track to be in a good position to get a first down on third down. You know, every 3.5 yards of play, every 3 plays is a first down. So if you don't get through at least 3 yards of play, you know, I feel like you're off script. You're off script. It's gonna be tough. And when you're being pushed back, when you take a sack on first down, or you take a sack on second down, you know, when you're behind the chains, when people say they're behind the chains, you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. You're behind the chains because the down is going to always go forward. The down will never go back unless it's a penalty or something like that. But if it isn't a penalty and you play a game and it's first down and you lose 3 yards, it's never going to go back to first down. In first and 10, there ain't no redos unless it's a penalty, like I said. So you always got to try to stay ahead of the chains. And when things like false starts and things like hold-ins, you know what I'm saying, or sacks, when those type of things happen, you know, that just messes up the flow of the offense, and you can't get in a rhythm, you know, and it's tough to, you know, get that rhythm. So you've seen good things from Trevor Lawrence. You've seen him orchestrate 2-minute warning, 2-minute offense. I mean, we got into the red zone. You could say it was against the twos or whatever, but they still had their starting secondary in there. But you know, you can't. You got to take every win as a win. You know what I'm saying? You got to take everything that you see good as a win, because we are still a young team that's trying to get better. You know, and just don't panic. You know, everything's gonna be all right, man. That's all I gotta say. Just keep the faith. We're gonna be all right. It's just preseason. Just wait for week 1 for us to start complaining. Wait for the regular season for us to start complaining, man. Because we're really gonna see what the team really is. You can't really judge it off of right now, but just because of all the injuries and everything that we have. But you know, I'm not saying that I'm not concerned. Just a little concerned, but you still gotta take the good with the good. You know, analyze the bad and see if they get better from the bad.